as things is bundled with both despair, hope, funny, comedy, and just a plain simple worry. It's Black Clover, chapter 193. One ally has left the field, one ally has come back to the field, and now is the question, what's gonna happen next? Because if you think about it, that ally has now left the field, meaning that those allies can no longer recharge their mana. Yet at the same time, when that ally came back, maybe they didn't need to, because technically he just did it like that. Still don't really like is that it's so overpowered and still so emotionless, but well. The angry enemy found the despair reviewer. As I said before, Black Clover chapter 193. Noelle fights Fana, who she thinks is actually the possessed Diamond Kingdom's Fana, but we know that shouldn't be the case. That is just an artificial elf body that developed thanks to the reincarnation. So she fights it, even though she hasn't mastered Valkyrie dress, she goes all out by doing Water Sea Dragon Roar and practically blasts Fana half body up. But here is where things gets a little bit scary, as Elf Fana's fire magic is now so powerful that it doesn't even matter if you do blow her to smithereens. She can just simply rise from the ashes, similar to a phoenix. I guess that is meant to imply that of all the fire users, her animal motive is that of a phoenix. Because as you know, a phoenix rises from the ashes, which she basically did. Her upper body was burst into ashes and now she revived. Of course, though, that also means that she is now topless, although her fire is conveniently enough covering her private parts. And she said some strange words about, since they use forbidden magic, those of that world can wield magic of unreasonable power. So how is she gonna deal with this? We don't have an idea. Asta and Mimosa are also struggling, as they are fighting against the whole world. But we also see some eye candy from Mimosa, luckily enough, which that was sweet, as her part of her upper body gets also torn, but not completely like Mimosa, but we do see exactly just how big those bunkers really are. So Asta says to Mimosa to get on his back, as they are gonna combine. Of course, she feels a little shy about that, but the scene where she's wielding her plant dress on Asta's back is just something very adorable about that. Elsewhere on the battlefield of Black Bulls, the Black Bull are holding out against the Golden Dawn elites, but also still being pushed back. Just then, however, the biggest supporter comes yet, as he says that he will spread out the mana zone and form a path with his magic, and then the match that will match the attack of the Magic Knights and engage in battle. And then he's counting on all of them for Faunalis's support. The one who and then he fires off his magic together with the others and seemingly knocks out every single Golden Dawn out there. Who is the one? Well, that is none other than Juno, who has, while he has been gone away, recruiting a lot of the different seemingly non-possessed elves magic captains, which is good. Never really struck him though for a leader. I thought Asta was the one who people would gather around. But in the end, he did gather a lot of people, and together they have all there. Charmy, of course, approaches her prince, offering food. Sorry. He refuses the first time, but realizing it's from mana recovery, he amazingly thanks her, Charmy that is, and she misunderstands. As she asks the situation, Charmy explains that the team went out to the Shadow Palace, but the door is now closed. However, as we know, thanks to that Patri flashback, or well, not flashback, that explanation, Juno's necklace is a magic stone, and the magic stones are calling to each other, as suddenly it fires a light beam that opens up a path. It's worth noting, though, that the one who also notices that is Nero, Asta's little anti-bird friend that we all know is more than it presumes to be. We just don't know yet what it is. And yes, I'm saying it because I'm still not even sure about the gender yet. It seems to be a man, but for some strange reason the anime has given it a female voice, so I'm just wondering. We don't know who Nero is, and we'll probably never know, but at least I hope it won't do it. So the light beams answers as suddenly Yuno goes towards it. However, he is not alone. The one who's clinging on to Yuno's body is none other than Charmy. As he opens up the gate, Nero also flies in. I guess that gets into it. As Charmy and Yuno enters that field. So, yeah. He is now inside the palace too, which is not exactly good news. I mean, granted, however, that the two distant rivals, they were always destined to end this together, unless Yuno, of course, get evil and Yuno, stuff like that. It's just that now the final magic stone is actually getting to the final magic stone, which is not gonna be good. It means that the elf's reincarnation will be complete. Strangely enough, Raya had an offhand comment that he sent someone to fetch him, and it seems that he failed. Given Yuno's immense power, it's not that surprising. However, Charmy ends up in the place where Asta and Mimosa are having the battle, and strangely enough, for the first time when she sees this, she calls this hell. But is Charmy's allying things enough for all of this? Well, I definitely know one YouTuber who's going to be very happy about seeing Charmy joining the team of the final, the team of finals. I'm actually a bit surprised though that she did indeed join. I've always wondered if Charmy is more than what she presumes to be, even for herself, but I have a feeling we will never find out. Maybe she is just a normal girl, it's just that she is so strange, that's all. However, what would be kind of funny now is if Charmy joining into this hellish battlefield is actually enough to defeat the possessed Lil. I mean, a lot of people perhaps complain about that, but I would find it pretty fitting. After all, her cotton magic is said to be so limitless, so think about it, just summoning a giant cotton monster and then just bash every single painting there is. Of course, there's also the mana recovery, but I'll guess we'll see what that means. So yeah, Yuno has now joined the battlefield as well. We don't know where he ended up, but it wouldn't surprise me if he ended up where Patri is, because in the end we need espair, you know. So this was just a chapter mostly of despair, but some suspense. But I am worried, I can't deny that. But you can give me your thoughts if you have any.